This is really happening. For months now, I knew this was going to happen, but it was hard to believe. It's been like having a birthday every day. And there are some thank yous to be said. First of all, Yogi Berra said, "I want to thank all who made this night necessary." Seriously, thanks to God for giving me my health back. 2013, diagnosed chronic leukemia. When I was young, you heard the word leukemia, your life was pretty much over. But it's been God, good doctors, and it's been medicine, prayers of the people. You saw Mo Milliken up here. His wife, Jean, directed me to the medical center in Omaha. They got to work, and things worked out. Thanks to my neighbor, who when I was 9 years old, had an old Victrola. I would crank it up, open the door of the garage, and yell what song I was going to play, and I'd play the old Victrola. I have that Victrola in my possession now. Thanks to my guidance counselor for his inspiring words, "You are not college material." Don't let anybody ever smash your dreams, remember that. To my brother and sister, my sister's over here, who listen to me play records and read out of the newspaper. To the extended relation, I got a card that said, "We knew you were a Thorell. We didn't know what was the matter with you. Were you adopted? You were no athlete." My son is adopted, and he was more athlete than I was. To my college instructor, Robert Larson at Kearney State College. To Bill Whitlock and to Mo Milliken. Bill Whitlock, a legend in his own right in broadcast, launched the careers of many young people. His son Mike and his wife Sherry are with us tonight. I'm so happy. I asked Mike if I could tell two Bill Whitlock stories. First, he taught me how to be frugal, how to cut down expenses. He said, "Dave, when you wash your hands, don't throw your paper towel away. Hang it up. Put it in your pocket." To this day, I come home and I got paper towels in my pockets. We were going to a parade. He said, "Now, Dave," and he always went like this, "Dave, we're going to a parade. Here's what you do. You take one piece of candy, swing your arm out the window 6 times. Did you know, Bill? Okay. The 7th time, you let one piece of candy go. He said, that way we can go to more parades. But I appreciated what he taught me. He let me shovel snow. He let me fill the pop machine. Mo Milliken, what a great guy. He taught me many things as my first manager. We were having a problem. We had a young man that needed to use soap. And he said, "Dave, you know, one of us needs to talk to this guy." I was program director. He said, "It's not going to be me." He wrote the book on how to deal with this situation. He walked into the control room with a bar of soap, handed it to the man on the air, and said, "Here, use this." To Max Brown and Eric Brown, the managers that I worked for at KRVN, I could have been fired 6 weeks after I started in 1974 because we had a staff meeting, and there was a song that Max didn't like called "My Cheatin' Wife." And when he asked if we knew where it was, all of us had amnesia. We didn't know where it was. And when Max was leaving work one night, he opened the control room door and said, "Dave, have you seen my cheating wife?" You were there, weren't you? I couldn't let this go, so I said, "No, what was she wearing?" I could have been fired on the spot, but he laughed. To my wife and son, thank you. You've been a big part. Wherever I've been, even if my wife wasn't there, she was a part. She's had to lay out my clothes for 43 years. I'm not colorblind. I just don't know what colors go together. She's been a great help with me through cancer. I understand what a caregiver goes through. To my son, who said, "Dave, Dad, you've got to be reading out of your Bible out loud to get your voice back." I was off the air for 2 months. To Charlie Brogan out here, who taught me how to read quotes, grain quotes, and livestock quotes. To my broadcast son, Craig Larson, whose voice has not changed since that little tape that we have. I want to thank also the committee who voted for me, and to Tom Osborne, Mike Johans, Congressman Smith, and Karen Authier of the Children's Home, all who wrote letters of recommendation. I am so appreciative. And a person who does not do this on his own. Thanks to the staff at KRVN and all the staffs I've worked with at KRVN, and to the extended family of the Nebraska Rural Radio Association. I sit in the control room, sound like a big shot, act like I know what I'm doing, but you have people feeding you information, doing the work. You do not do this alone. Staff, thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and for those who had to stay home. To my mom and dad, the Supreme Commander, you couldn't notice in that first picture of me when I was a little kid. If you look closely, you can see how I deal with stress. I wet my pants at my first Christmas program at church. You have never seen a more appreciative person to get this award. Congratulations, Jerry and Roseanne. We are in good company. And finally, Dad, I can say, no, I will not have to get a real job. Thank you very much.
Distinguished